Hello, everyone. This is your friend Divyesh Dave. Welcome to the day number 16. We are learning Excel and we are mastering the fundamentals of Excel because as an accountancy, we know so many things, but we don't apply these things, right? And sometimes we forget these things. So that's why we have created this journey so that we can just if you know all these things, then you can just rewind all these things. And if you are unaware of all these things, better to practice and just learn with me. So we are on the day 16 and we have learned so many things in last 15 days. Today I'm going to add one more amazing thing which is really helpful when it comes to creating, these drop downs and all. And this is called data validation. Now, what's data validation? It's like setting a rule before filling any data in any cell or any range or any specific area. Okay, so this is called data validation. So validate your data with some set of rules before entering into the cell. This is called data validation. And again, it has the shortcut Alt DL. That's it. Alt DL. Data for D, validation for L. So this is how it works. So what exactly it does is actually it helps us to first, limit the entry in your cell by setting some rules that this is something need to be fulfilled as a rule. Then only the data will be allowed in that particular cell. Second is it restricts and set the error message. So, for example, if someone is unknown about these things that they have to fill specific things in that cell, so they get alert or message, some kind of message, so that they know, okay, this is something I have to do. And third thing is we can create a amazing drop downs to speed up our data entry. So let's check. We will check in 3 steps how it works, how to put direct listing, and then how to put a dynamic listing. And also we will also check error message and error alerts. I hope you're excited. Let's see. Let's go to our sample data set. This is nothing but I have just extracted data from here in an extra sheet. So let's say this is our data sheet. For bringing this validation, so the very first thing we will do is Alt DL. Okay, so Alt DL. Yes, clear all. I had few validation before that. So now let's say we have this data set, the country wise. Yeah, this one. And we have, let's say, list of countries and we want to fill this data, but we don't want to fill it again and again. So the very first thing what we can do is you can Alt DL, or you can simply go here. Can you see this data validation? Click on this and it will open the pop-up. Now it has three major settings. First is the main settings, which allows us to set the rules. Second is input message. Whenever we fill something, it will show us some kind of message or guidance that this is something you need to do before filling this data, or this kind of data you need to fill. Some kind of instructions. It is different from comments, because comment is highlighting when we click on that or we just hover our mouse on that particular cell. But message is something when you go into that particular cell, it will automatically pop ups, but it will not affect any operations in your that particular cell. Third is error alert. So let's say if you enter wrong data, so what kind of error you want to give, so that you can set here. So let's start by simple. First thing is validation. So let's start with simple validation. For example, this is the country list, and before that we have date. So you want to set this data set only as date, and let's say date, and you are working of particular financial year. So you can set date, and then you can set the rules. You want date between 1st Jan to 31st December, or 1st April to 31st March only. So if you enter any date between above that or after that, it will not accept. Then you can set not between this. So from, let's say, 1st January to 31st December, it should not be there, and equals to And these kind of all rules are there. Greater than 15th of January or less than 15th of January, greater than or equal to. So these are going to be the same in each and every option. Okay, I'm just showing you. Then we will learn how to apply this. Same way we have the list. List we will check at the last. Decimal again we have all the options. Let's say decimal should be, if it is less than point, let's say two decimal, then just ignore that. Some kind of rules we are going to set. Then not between, equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than. Same way we have whole numbers. If this is between, let's say, 5,000 to 10,000, then don't allow to enter, something like that. So these are the rules we can set. Let's start with simple date, because we have first column as date. So this is our date, and it should be between let's say 15th January. Sorry, let's say first first January 2024 to 31st December 2024. So this is our rule. So maybe we need to change the format, I think. 31st December 2024. Let me just keep it here. 1st January 2024, and then 31st December 2024. Okay. Now let's move here. Data validation, date, start date, this, end date, this, and okay. So let's say we put 1st January 2023. Maybe I did not put the right format, maybe. That's why it's giving this error. Let's say date, and then this date, and then please enter both an end date and start date. So 31st December 2024. Date you entered for the end date is invalid. So maybe December. Let me just change it. So sometimes these date format is changed. That's why it is giving you error. Let me just try it again. If no, then we will move to next. Between let's say first January 2024 to December 31st 2024. Yeah, I think the format was not correct. So let's say I put 1st January 2023, it will give me error. Or maybe I put 1st January 2025, it will give me error. But if I put 1st January 2024, it will allow me. So this is how you can restrict your accounting data or any specific financial year data. Okay, let me just remove this so that we can test another. Clear all. Every time when you remove this data validation, you just click remove all. Otherwise, you can select the ranges and then you can remove all. Okay, so this is how you can put date, or you can put numbers also, like name also. Let's say you have text length. It should be minimum 10 characters and maximum 20 characters. So that's it. So if you put, let's say, Dave, it will give me an error because it is less than 10. But if I put, it will allow me. But if I increase this, it will give me again error. So this is how you can restrict your data set also. Let me just remove this. So what else we have? We have text length, we have time, we can set time also. We can set decimal with the whole number. Let's say, let's check number. We have this amount range, and here we want to put, let's say, between 5,000 to 10,000 and okay. So the moment we put 4999, it will give us error. So it should always be 5,000 or 15,000, then error. So this is how you can set some rules. It may look very unimportant right now, but believe me, when we will move to project, it will help me a lot. Or real use case will come when you are actually doing data analysis and report creation work. So you can set these kind of rules so uh, no one can change your data, or no one can uh, fill any unwanted data. So these kind of rules you can set. So this was the simple case of setting some rules of text, date, amount. Now we are moving to the next phase, which is creating this drop down menu. We have sometimes the drop down menu. When you press like this, it shows us all the list. But this is not the dynamic list. But I'm going to teach you how to create a dynamic list. So first, for creating a dynamic list, just go to this area, data validation, and you can see here any value, uh, sorry, the list, and then here you need to select what is the source. Let's say you have only 4 or 5 names, then you can simply put name. Okay, let's say mm, India, Australia, USA, UAE, or let's say another country, mm, UK. And then okay. So this is a very simple basic list. It has very limited data. So every time you press Alt and then arrow down, it will open the pop-up. See, and then you can select. Then again you can select. Then again you can select. But if you fill anything other than these, it will give you an error. Let's say retain, it will give you an error. So this is the beauty of this creating this arrow down or drop down menu. I hope you have seen this so many places, right? So it actually helps us to create the fast data entry. Like if you just select IND, it will select this. If you select US, and then it will give you an option, or you can simply go Alt arrow down and then you can select. So it will allow to restrict the options that you want to fill in that particular data set. Okay. So this is the first thing. Now, second thing is more dynamic. Let's say if you want something, if you want to add something, then you have some restriction. You can't add everything in the same part. How many you can add? Let's say 10 maximum, 20. But if you have a very long list of names of companies, or maybe uh, party names, or names of products, then what you can do is simply remove this, and instead of this, select the area of this list. Now what you need to do is, first you just go to your normal database. Let's say I have this database and I have all the transaction here, but I want to bring the unique list. So we know that what is the unique function is equal to unique, and then we select the whole area, enter. Okay, right now it's giving me error because it's below below that range. There is something data. So every time when we use this array function, and if something comes between this range, it will give the spill error. So here it's not giving a spill error. So these are the country name. So what you do is you just copy this list of let's say country or person's name or company name or any product name. You create a simple list, something like this, and then you convert this into a table, very small table. Control T, I have a header, and that's it. Keep it simple. Now you can see the magic. Every time you add any extra country, let's say you add New Zealand. So what it will do is it will automatically add into the list. Can you see this? New Zealand and then South Africa. So you don't need to change every time the country name or whatever it is in your list. It will become dynamic because now you are using the table because, and we know that table is already dynamic. It already added all the things we need. Let's say add one more. Um, let's say China and Russia. Now if you see, if you create alt arrow down, automatically the Russia has been added. So this is how you can create drop down menus. So I hope you understood this, how to create simple listing and then listing from another master, or we call it master listing. And then you can just simply set the formula. If this is USA, then you sales should be something like that. And so you are adding multiple layers. Like first you add the drop down, then you add the formula. And this is how these things work. So I hope you understood this, and please make sure you practice these, because if you don't practice, you're going to forget it. Okay. So right now we have cleared it. There is no drop down here. So this was the second trick which we did. First we check simple ranges, simple rules. Then we checked the drop down menu, how to create direct listing and how to put dynamic listing. So you can create so many listings out there by creating multiple, single line tables, single listing, and just add them into the drop down menu. To create this drop down menu, what you need to do is you just need to select that area, go to this data validation, and here you put list, and in list you select the range from the list, from the dynamic list which is in table, and then done. Every time you add something in list, it will automatically add in this particular drop down. So it will be very easy for you to create the data in India, then tab South Africa, Singapore, South Africa, something like that. So this is the all for the data validation thing. Now one more thing I want to show you, that let's say you want to add any error message, but before that I want to move. Let's say we know that we can set a rule of numbers, we can set rule of dates, we can set rules of text. Let's say every time text should be in from this list, or any other list. But what if I tell you that it should it should not allow the duplicate entry also? So you can set that rule automatically. If you see here, uh, it is allowing the duplicate entry also. Let's say I removed that. So let me just put it again, so I'll show you. And then I'll go to list, just select this list, and the drop down has been started. So let's say you put here India, then again you put India. It's restricting the duplicate, right? Sometimes we need these kind of things, that it restricts the duplicate value also. And here comes our custom part. Can you see this? Whole number is there, decimal is there, listing is there, listing we just checked, date is there, time restriction is there, text length is there, but last format is custom. So here you can put the formula also. Formula is like simple formula. Let me just clear it. Let's say text. So what it does is, if it is text, then allow, otherwise don't allow. Let's say date or number, don't allow. So for doing that, what you need to do is you just show them that this is a text, and then if it is true, then definitely allow them. So for doing this, you simply go here, select that range, select the custom part, and then is equal to is text, and then you select this, enter, comma. Let me just check this. Yeah, just is text. Here, data validation, go to custom, and then here you put is equal to is text, and then bracket on, and then you give the reference, then enter, and then you just copy this control D or control C or control V. Now if you put any text, let's say Ronnie, it will allow. But if you put 5,000, it will give you an error. So you can't add the numbers. So these kind of data set you can create. Let's say I put 1st January 2024. It will give me an error. Now these kind of error can come, and now comes the another part, how you can set the rules so that other person know, okay, when they are filling this data set, they know that what they need to fill. So again we go to data validation, and here comes the input message. Input message means every time someone is in that particular cell, you guide them that this is something you need to fill. So for example, rule. This is the rule. Only names allowed. Pretty simple. You can add as much as a word here. Not too long, but at least you should add maximum 2 to 3 sentences, and then okay. So every time, let's say I'm in this cell, it will show rule only names allowed. Again, rules name only allowed. Rule only names allowed. Rule only names allowed. This is not the comment, because comment is something different. When we bring our mouse to that particular cell, then it comes pop-ups. But and also it just comes in between the other cells. But in these kind of rules, you can simply just go. It will not impact any of your data, but it will show to the whoever is doing the data entry. It will show the rule that this is something we need to do, and if you don't do, the error will come. Okay, so this is the rule you can set. Now the second thing is message. You can also set the message. We just select, as we know that we need to put only the names, so we can set our alert. So stop putting, let's say, um, any random like wrong entry. Only names allowed. Okay, so let me just remove these rules so that we can see these messages, and then clear all. Okay, but now rule is already there. So Ronnie is there, Rajan is there, Mohan is there. Everything looks fine. But when we put the name number 5, I just cleared all. Let me just name it, keep it again. Settings, custom is text. Then I give the reference of this, enter, enter. And then I just copy this. So if the name is there, it's fine. Text is there, it's okay. But when the number comes, it will give me an error. And now we need to set the rule. We have just cleared it, that's why it's not showing. So error alert, we need to set the error alert. Let's say stop, or you can say warning. You can change the sign also, information, or warning or wrong entry. Only text allowed. And then now if you try 5,000, it will show you this error. And then you again go back, then you put name, let's say Mohan. And then again, if you try to put date 21st May 2024, it will give you error, the same error that we have shown here. So this is how you can change the error message also. Let me make it clear so we will be able to find it another thing. Okay, so this was all about this duplicate thing. And yeah, duplicate. One more thing I wanted to show, that let's say we have this country name, but it should not allow the duplicate. So how you can do this? For duplicate, we have this formula. If if countif. So we can choose countif. So if we need to count, and then if it is only one repetition, then it will allow. Otherwise, it will give an error. So something like that. So how it works is, the simple thing you can do is something like this. So when we put this, let's say let's say this is the cell we have to select, and then um, we just go to data validation, custom, and here we put the formula. So how do you put formula? If sorry, count if, then we give the range. This is the range, and then comma, the first thing, the first cell, because it should count from the first. That's why we put the first. From first, there should be no repetition. So it should be single entry is equal to 1. This should be the formula. And here, don't forget to freeze this data, otherwise it will change the formula references. Okay, even though it is stable, but we need to freeze it, and then it is done. Now let me just check. Rohan, okay. Mohan, okay. Rohan, and it will give you the error. Okay, so this is how you can restrict the duplicate entry. If I put Mohan, it will give me the error. So what you did is, you simply select this part, go to data validation, and in this custom part, you put count if bracket, then the selection of area, freeze that area, and then comma, what is the first cell to start? Then we put the first cell reference, comma, first cell reference. And all these formulas should equal only one time. It should repeat only once. If it repeats second time, it will give the error. And then okay, that's it. So I hope you understood this drop down, putting referencing, putting limiting this thing, and all these addition, and yeah, one more thing. If you want to put, let's say, instead of text, you want to put only number, so you just change age number. Let's say, let me just do that as well. Clear all. Here, sorry. Clear all. Okay, you have amount, and this amount should be only number. It should not add alphabet or something. So we just go here, then custom, and then just like we put is text, we can put is number, and then we give the first cell reference, and then close it, enter, and then we just copy this. That's it. So as far as it is showing the numbers, 1500, 3000, 350, 1750, it is fine. But the moment you put name, it will give you the error. Or maybe date, it will. Why it's happening? Yeah, because it is treating the date as a number, because in Excel it treats each and every date as a number. That's why it's allowing that, maybe, but it will not allow the text. It will not allow the text. Okay. So this is all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Now we are moving to our shortcut of the day and formula of the day. So please practice these things. Okay. What we did is, we just learn about how to set the rules of entry, how to add the drop down, and how to add you know um, rules for not repeating the duplicates, not allowing the duplicates, not allowing certain data, certain types of data. So just explore more about this data validation, because it is going to be very helpful when you will create these data sets, your dashboards, or your reports, your databases, your, let's say, employee data, or let's say sales purchase data. So these kind of data validation will speed up and make you productive in Excel. So I hope you understood this. Now the Formula of the day, it's not a formula, but it's a function that can actually help us to set our end result. We call it goal seek, and it comes under the what if analysis. So where is what if analysis? You just go to data, and here you can see what if analysis and goal seek. Now what goal seek does is, sometimes we need to find out, we know the desired result that coming from some formula. For example, let's say we have sales unit of 1230 of headphones, and the pricing of each headphone is 250, and this is our current sale. Now if you want to know, okay, we want to check how many units we need to sell for, let's say, 500,000 revenue. So the one thing is, simply go here, divided by, or maybe somewhere else, let's say 5,000, 500,000 divided by 250. So 200 units, not 200. Yeah, yeah, 200. 500,000 divided by 250. How many? Yeah, I put 50,000. Something like this. But the other way is, without going anywhere, just by seeking the goals. For this to be 500,000, this needs to be changed. So this is called goal seek. Let me do it, and then you will understand it better. So for that, you need to do is what if analysis, goal seek. Now set cell. Which cell you need to set? So this cell I need to set to the value 500,000 by changing in this cell. So the unit should be sale to bring the 500,000, and enter. Once you do this, okay, it will automatically calculate the all the projections, and it will give you the result that if you sell 2,000 units of 250, it will bring you the 500,000 sale. You want to check it again? Let's try here. Let's say this is your sale amount, this is your item name, this is your unit sold, and this is the price. So this is your current sale amount, and your boss wants to know, okay, if I increase the projected revenue by 150%, which is 712,000 multiplied by 150%. So this should be the projected sale, and for this, how much units we need to sell? Okay, so here again we put this what if analysis, and it make sure you have the formula in the result area, otherwise it will not work. Okay, because it should link to somewhere, then only it will calculate the reverse calculation. Okay, so please make sure the result area, which is here, the our estimated revenue, it must have the formula coming from somewhere, then only we can use this goal seek. So for example, what if analysis, goal seek, and here the revenue should be uh, like set cell, this cell we need to set to the value of 1068,123, and then by changing this cell, enter, and then okay. So it will give us, you need to sell 133, because what we did is, here we multiply our price per unit, price per television, multiply by estimated unit, which was blank. We didn't know how many we need to sell, but we know that we need to increase the 150%. So we just added here. In the same way, we just put the result, we just put our reference to the cell where we need the result, and then we go to what if, goal seek, and then we put the reference here, how much we need. Let's say we need 291,000, and where should we change? We should change in the units. So it will change the estimation in unit. So when you are doing some invoicing and some creating some tables, and you don't know how to do reverse calculation, this formula can be so helpful to bring some goal seek result. Okay, this, and then okay. So automatically it will calculate you. You know, sometimes you have a stock of different variety, and you want to bring the estimated value of stock. So this these kind of cases you can use it. Let me try one more time. What if analysis, goal seek. So in this cell we need result. What result we need? 351,000, which is 150% of our normal sale. And then where should we change? In this unit sold, estimated units sold, and then done. Bingo. So 58.5 unit we need to sell to bring the 150% increment in sale, increase in sale. Okay, so this is how you can work this goal seek thing. So it looks very simple, but it is very helpful sometimes when we are doing some reverse calculations. So this was our formula of the day, and now comes the shortcut of the day. So shortcut of the day is Alt HEF. Let's say you have this data set, but you want to remove the whole format and you want to set it by your own. Okay, so Alt HEF will remove the whole formatting of this area which you selected. Alt HEF, it will bring it in the normal way. Now you can set, now you can create by your own formatting. Okay, so this is like the shortcut is here, I think here, clear formats. But the shortcut is Alt HEF. Sometimes we don't need any formatting. Let's say, this is the simple data set. We have this formatting, and I don't need any formatting. I just want to make it again Alt HEF, and it's done. Because sometimes when we create the table, it will bring the different colors. But when we, let's say we have already have this color inside here, and we want to remove from this, because we table already have its format. So Alt HEF will remove the format, and it will keep the format of table. So these are the shortcut you can use. So remember how we use the data data validation, how to use like how to use direct listing, dynamic listing, setting the error message. So basically what we are doing is we are setting up our database for proper entry so that we can we avoid errors and error duplication in our data set. Once our data set is okay, we can create any kind of report, and we can increase the accuracy of that report. That's why this data validation is very helpful in setting some rules, speeding up your data entry work, and fixing some errors of duplication and all. So I hope you understood this thing, and thank you so much for being with me in this learning journey, because of you I'm also learning something new every day. Because I had this basic knowledge, but I never used them, because my uses are very limited. But now, because of you guys, I'm learning with you. So thank you so much for being with me and sharing your support. But please make sure you join our community on LinkedIn, which is a professional community of accountants. And also, don't forget to introduce yourself. Please introduce yourself in the pinned comment, and share your screenshot, so that I can at least know that you are doing something, you are taking actions by watching these videos. Because if you don't take actions, you are going to forget it, just like me. I have learned this like 1 year back from my mentor, CA Vijay Agarwal. He is the owner of Champ Excel, and but I forgot most of the things. But now I am just rewinding everything, and I'm just practicing with you guys, so that I can also be, be in the loop of this learning thing. So thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye. Take care. See you tomorrow with the new lesson. Bye bye.